Welcome to the Streaming Our Stories or SOS podcast, where we use this platform to promote Sella Arts Fest vendors and artists like Dopeminas. Why don't y'all tell us your names and what part of Sella you rep, whether it's place of birth, residence, community affinity, or place of business?
Hi, I'm Lori, and I'm from Inglewood.
And I'm Alba, and I'm from Monterey Park.
Dope. And how did you find out about the Sella Arts Fest? How did you start vending here or getting your art out on this side?
Yes, we've had the chance to know more about Sela and be more involved within the arts community through my partner, Jonathan, who I think is involved with the planning of the Sela Arts Festival. So it's been through him mainly that we've known about open mics and just overall art event opportunities for us to participate in.
Awesome. So what is your art or your medium? What's your product? What do you bring into this world? What do you create? And I'll pull up the pictures you sent me so folks can see it while you talk about it.
Well, we started off with zines, and then from there we started to do prints, earrings, and just kind of, from there did like handbags.
So tell me your story. Where did Dopeminas come from? How long have you been doing it? What was the inspiration for it? Tell me everything.
So I guess the idea of working together as Dopeminas, I guess, was a gradual process. It started, we started off by being friends and hanging out, and
getting to know each other.
And then, just one evening we were talking to each other, and we found out that we both liked writing, and specifically writing poems and poetry. And although our styles are really, really different, and their focuses are different as well, we started going to participating in poetry workshops together as a way to encourage each other to get our work out, or to just write more. We participated in a poetry workshop called the Community Literature Initiative.
Yes, that's it.
About 3 years ago. And while we were participating within that class, we decided, why not self-publish? Why not make our own little books and have that be a way to share with people?
We were just finding ourselves because self-publishing, going to, book publishers, that was something that didn't feel right to us, I guess, in a way. So we started to look into zines. Did we go to a zinefest, or how do we do that, Alba? We went somewhere and we were like, this is it.
We went to, I think our first exposure to zinefest was the OC zinefest.
Yes.
Yes, 2 years ago.
So just for folks who might not know and they're not as hip, zine, can we describe what a zine is? I know it's short for magazine, but I feel like it also has some kind of cultural meaning and significance in the scene of zines. So
it's like a do-it-yourself kind of, I want to say, magazine. I mean, people could do a lot of things with it, and you could do poetry, you could do a comic kind of theme, different themes. It doesn't always have to be poems. It could just be a photography one.
I feel like it's a very free way to express yourself within a small book format.
Got it. Now, and I think the word that you said that really reminded me, do it yourself. It's really DIY, and that's why when you're talking about self-publishing as opposed to going to a book publisher, this is way more hands-on and you're in control of the
Yes.
layout and, you know, the content, and you don't have any editors. So I think that was kind of the idea that I wanted to make sure people knew. So you met and started doing poems. These poems became zines, and then when did you expand into the other types of arts and the earrings and the other stuff and vending and all that?
That was a few months into participating within zine festivals. Then we just gradually started integrating, the rest of the products, like the handbags, and um, I like focusing on photography. So I started integrating my photography and made them into prints, and we've now decided to print those out on tote bags. So
So it was just kind of like things you were already doing that once you started doing the zines, it kind of empowered you to just start branching out and kind of putting everything else you were doing out there. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. Is that accurate?
I think, at least for me, for for some of my interests, yes, it was a way to branch out. I mean, I don't know, Laurie, with the earrings you
Oh,
make.
well, with the earrings, I kind of just went around to tables and because I was kind of lost. I was like more writing and doing the zines, and then I saw people were selling jewelry and other products, and then I remembered I loved button earrings. I had bought a pair one day, and I think it was from a store called Claire's, and I never seen them again. So I don't know. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna make some button earrings. So I just started doing it, and I really liked doing them, and I just kind of just took off from there. It just was something that I've been wanting to do, but just going to the zine fest and just seeing other people's work inspired me a lot to open my, you know, way of doing button earrings. So that's how that happened for me.
I feel you, and I think it's cool. At this point, you're my fourth podcast episode that I've done now, 4 or 5, and so I'm starting to see like a trend, you know, and I feel like it really seems like you said it yourself, like trying to find yourself, like art as a method of self-discovery and empowerment and like building up confidence, and then also just being exposed to like the art vendor world and seeing other things and having that, you know, be impressed upon you and kind of wanting to run with that. I see a lot of that kind of that synergy going on with a lot of the Sella vendors. So I think it's really cool that, you know, you're another example of people who were just kind of like, not necessarily had a plan from the beginning, but kind of met, and then the artistic vision kind of took you somewhere, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. So I appreciate y'all sharing your story with me. And you have a couple more minutes if you want to just throw in your Instagram or where people can find you. If there's anything special that you're working on right now that you want to talk about, this is your little second to plug it. So thank you.
Okay, so people can find us on Instagram at Dopeminas, and we just set up an Etsy shop as well. And I think they can type in Dopeminas and they'll see our zines as well as the new products that we launched, like the tote bags.
And when you go on our Dopeminas page, you will see links for me and Alba's Instagrams too as well. And also we have a little link there if you want to get to know our story even more. On Voyage LA did a interview with me. So that's about it.
Oh, awesome. I'll make sure to put all of those links in the description of the episode, so when people hear it on any of the podcast app or anywhere else, that they'll be able to find that right away. And then we'll be using all of this content to promote the upcoming Sella Arts Fest and hopefully, you know, show the world, the community, whoever's online, your art and your products, and, you know, get you some engagement, get you some more customers, and just keep spreading those vibes. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing what else y'all come up with.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Ryan.
you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.